Hello everyone, this is Venom, and we are back for another Starfield mod video. This is the third time I'm trying to record this. So this may end up being clipped all to hell. I don't know what I'm going to do to get this working. So my OBS, for some reason, is freezing up my damn webcam. So I got halfway through, I got through about 4 mods, and I looked over and noticed, or I got through about 8 mods out of the 9, and I looked over and noticed that my camera froze at about mod number 4, so... I am going to go through these quickly. If I can get to the end, I'll explain why we're not doing the survival series, but I am going to go over some survival mods to begin with. That being said, here we go. We're going to start with Starvival, the Immersive Survival add-on. And you're going to see me keep looking over. This is me looking to see if the camera's frozen right now. So that's what's happening. If I'm looking over, I'm checking to see if the camera's frozen. So right now, we're good. All right, so this one was uploaded and created by Habit. That sounds dirty, but we're gonna go with it. This is the survival mod I wanted to base my survival game off of. Again, we're not gonna be doing that. I will explain why later, assuming that we're still good. This adds in a bunch of basic stuff you need to survive. You know, eating, drinking, yada yada yada, the basics. Pretty much what you would have seen in Fallout 4 and survival. This is what you're gonna see in the Starvival mod. There are also some additional tweaks to some systems that are already in-game, but this is a basic survival mod that you would be using to make your game survival. Now, I do have some additional mods I was going to add in for a survival playthrough, and I'm going to go ahead and go into those, but again, I'll explain why we're going to stay away from that at the end. But for now, we're going to go ahead and go through those mods. Again, this is the Starvival Immersive Survival add-on by Habit. Now we're good. Next up, we've got Deadly Hazards Oxygen. This was the second mod I was going to use for the playthrough. And this one was created by Space Pigeon. I think I've already done a spotlight on this one, and it was uploaded by Space Pigeon TV. This is the one that adds on the oxygen canisters to the game. Now, this is going to make it to where you need oxygen to survive. Again, when the game originally came out, I thought your oxygen meter was an actual oxygen meter. It turns out it's just a stamina meter. I wish they would have just put stamina. There's no point in making it sound fancy. It's not actually oxygen. It was really misleading, but yeah, that's what it does. It actually makes it to where you need oxygen in game. It's not just your run stat that recharges by not running. That was really stupid how they did that, but anyway, that is again Deadly Hazards Oxygen by Space Pigeon TV. Now the third mod I was looking at, still good, to add into the survival series was this one here. It is Ship Weapons Use Ammo. This one was uploaded and created by OXDZ. This is one that I happened to come across a few days ago, actually, and when I saw it, I was like, that makes sense. If you're going to have space combat and space weapons, or ship weapons, your ship needs ammunition. Now, for some of the, I can't help but looking over there. Now, for the energy-based weapons, yeah, I could see, you know, you wouldn't need your lasers to need ammunition, but for stuff like missiles and ballistic weapons, yeah, most definitely, it definitely needs to have ammunition for it. So, again, ships use weapons. This is by OXDZ. This is the third one I was thinking about using for the survival, and I think it was the last one that I was seriously looking at adding in there. Now, next up, we've got a quest mod. This is the new landmark quest, Cut Content Restored. Yes, folks, we've got cut content for Starfield being added back into the game. This was created by Ria and uploaded by Linsanity. And I say created by, technically, yes, it is a mod that was created by, but again, all they're doing is adding back in cut content. It's more like they're re-enabling it. Now, this one adds in different landmarks you can visit. There's actually a book you can get at Sinclair. And yeah, just adds in landmarks you can go with it. I mean, there's quests like this already in game. You can visit some key places like the original lunar landing site. You can visit, I think I want to say the face of Mars. I don't remember if that's when you can check out or not. But there's a couple others that I did check out. The problem is they don't really stand out or anything. You don't get anything special from doing them. They're just kind of, hey, go check out this site, and that's it. It's more like a tourist spot for you than anything. But regardless, any cut content added back in the game is nice to have. I mean, the files are in there. There's no reason to not have that in the game. So, again, that is the Cut Content Restored by Ria and uploaded by Linsanity. Now, next up was our armor mod for the week, and this week we've got another standalone. I'm trying to get more towards the standalones and not the retextures, unless it's a mana suit. I don't care how many times we retexture a mana suit. We can retexture that one every week as far as I care, because the original just looks so damn bad. And yep, camera's still going. This one is the Pathfinder armor, and this one was created and uploaded by Hooligan. Yeah, pretty much Hooligan, just spelled crazy. And yeah, this one During the original one, I kind of showed what they look like. I think I determined that there's a couple pictures here where they look really black like this one. I think it's just because the lighting is darker. I think this one right here is more indicative of what you're going to see in game. You can see some parts from different spacesuits in there, especially most notably the helmet. It's definitely from a Starborn helmet. When they take the shader kind of up, you can see their face. But the armor itself looks great. I mean, the gray and red works really good. I do wish it was black or it actually looked darker like this in game. But, you know what? It still looks pretty damn cool even with the gray. So, again, that is the Pathfinder armor. Again, a standalone set, not a retexture, a standalone, and created and uploaded by Hooligan. So far we're past the halfway mark and the camera hadn't frozen up again, so that's good. Alright, next up we've got a simple mod. This is the Shield Booster, and this one was created by Metal Snake and uploaded by Metal Snake Gear. This one adds in 2 shield boosters to the game. Exactly what it sounds like. It boosts your shields. For those that have done any kind of ship modifications, when you add in shields to the game, all you can do is add 1 shield to it. You can't add in multiple. You can't add any other boosters, you know, in the vanilla game. You can pretty much just choose a stronger shield you can get your hands on and plop it on there. And it may not be an aesthetic looking one. It may be one that's got to kind of fit on the side. The shields are really ugly in the game, and some don't really fit very well. I mean, you can see here in game, this is a booster, but it's still what the shields are actually based off in game, and some of them do sit on the side there, but they won't go on the back. They'll just they're stay on the side. You can't stick them in the back. You can only put them on a side piece, which is really stupid, especially since you can only have one on there, so your shield or ship can look very asymmetrical. Having shield boosters, 1, they give you more powerful shields, and 2, they can make it to where you can put on a more aesthetic looking shield and boost it up to where you want it to be at. So again, that is the Shield Booster by Metal Snake and uploaded by Metal Snake Gear. Now this one I'm very excited about because this is another quest mod, but not the kind of quest you're probably used to doing. This one is called Astroneer, Become a Starship Designer. This one was created and uploaded by Code Gangster, and this one adds in a quest to where you are actually tasked for creating and building ships for people. You can kind of see here in game, you can see it's actually got and the available missions. You have to craft a ship. One is a shipmaster who can make space haulers, the new black. Space Haulers, the new black. I guess it's like orange and new black, but whatever. Help us elevate our freighter from functional to fabulous. Now, I don't know if there's multiple quests for this or just one. Here we go. Still in beta, so there would be bugs, of course. Pretty much any mod at this point, you might as well say beta. Even once they've been out for a while, you might as well say they're in betas. But, yeah, so as you encounter your creations out in the vastness of space, your work pays off. Completing contracts earns experience, credits, and salvage resources. Ship contracts galore. Dive into a variety of contracts with the mission board, each tailored to a specific type of vessel. So it is exactly what it sounds like. You get tasked to design a ship for somebody, you give it to them, and then you can actually see their ships out in the world. So this is a really, really cool mod to have. So again, this is the Astroneer, Become a Starship Designer. Now, I think someone was asking if once you design a ship, you can actually add it to a Starship inventory so you can buy it. I don't think that's implemented yet. Obviously, though, you can just remember how you build it if you want to. But no, it is kind of difficult to do because there are a lot of pieces that go into building a ship. But again, this is a very unique type of quest that I would have never thought to do before. This is just kind of like the bounty hunting quest that we covered a couple weeks ago. So between this and that one, I mean, if you're wanting to do some odd jobs around the universe to gain winning experience, I think you're in the right place with these 2 mods. So again, Astroneer, Become a Starship Designer by Code Gangster. And we froze. All right, we're back. It's unfrozen. I don't know what's going on with this. This is really starting to bug me because I can't keep constantly looking over to check if I'm frozen or not, but I'm going to do some diving on this one. We only got 2 more mods to go. Hopefully we can get through them without too much of an issue, so bear with me, folks. All right, next up. This is one of those mods, and about once every few weeks I say, this is the kind of mod that I did not know I needed it until I saw it, and once I saw it, I don't think I can play the game without it anymore. This one is one I'm going to download right after this, even though I've not got it yet, but I'm going to be downloading it right after this. This is the individual resource tracking. This one was created and uploaded by Exo Warlock 313. This one is simple, but it is so needed, and this system was so poorly implemented in the game, but I'm just so used to it, I didn't think about it. So, what happens is, you can actually tag resources that you need. Let me adjust my camera here. you can actually tag different resources to search for out in the wild whenever you're crafting things. Let's say I'm trying to, build a knife or build a gun or whatever I'm trying to build, and I'm missing some parts for it. I can actually press the button to tag those, and when I'm looking, or tag those things I need, let's say on the screen it says adhesive and textile. Well, when I'm looking at that stuff out in the wild, it'll actually say, it'll have the magnifying glass next to it saying, hey, you tagged just to look at it. Now here's the problem though. You cannot tag individual items. So let's say I just wanted to search for adhesive. I might need textile and adhesive, but I only want to tag adhesive for some reason. I can't choose each one. I have to tag either everything I'm missing or untag everything that I'm not missing, if that makes any sense. So for example, if I'm missing 3 items, I have to tag all 3 at once. I can't just tag one, I have to tag all 3, okay? And when I untag them, it untags them all. That is really, really a bad system. This mod allows you to just tag individual items. That's all it does. It lets you tag and untag individual items. If you're a crafter, this is a huge one. Again, if you don't do a lot of crafting, this one might not sound like a big deal, but for those crafters that are out there, this is a huge one. So again, individual resource tracking, this is one of those mods you're going to want to put in if you're a crafter and leave in there forever. So again, this one's uploaded by XOWarlock313. Go by to his page and say thank you. This is a recent one. He only put this up on December 9th, but this is a big one. There's 139 resources apparently, so I didn't know there was that many. Go by his page, say thank you, because this is one of those ones to where I did not realize how badly we needed a mod like this and how bad this feature was poorly implemented in the Fallout games until I saw this mod. So, again, thank you, Exo Warlock. I'm giving this one a lot of praise because it's so simple, yet it's so powerful. So for our last one, this is going to be Specters of Starfield. You notice I've turned the camera off, it froze again, and I do not have time to try to get it unscrewed. This one was created and uploaded by Andy5000. This is one of those mods that I wish had come in time for Halloween. This one just came out early December, but this one just adds in Spectre-like looking ghosts in the game. You can't interact with them or anything. I don't think you can shoot them. It just adds them some spooky looking ghosts. And I think for certain parts of Starfield, this definitely makes sense. Now, also definitely makes sense if you're trying to do a more spooky run through too. If you want to do like a haunted run through, this is definitely going to help. I think if you're playing a game where you're using magic space ghosts or magic space powers, seeing some dead ghosts around probably makes sense. Again, I wouldn't say this was super immersive, but again, it does exactly what it sounds like. It adds in ghost-looking NPCs to the game. They don't attack you or anything as far as I can tell. It's just all aesthetic. Alright, that's going to do it for today, guys. The camera's being really stupid still. I got it on full screen right now, but I don't know how much longer it's going to last. That being said, I did want to talk about why I'm not doing a survival series. The reason I'm not doing it is because I realized as I was going through, I didn't really have a direction to go with it. Saying survival sounds great and all, but without a set amount or a set guidelines, there's nothing I can really do. What I mean by that, I'll give you an example. For Fallout 4, they came out with a survival mode, a hardcore mode. I think it was just called survival, after the game had been out for a while. And what they did was they changed a few things in it. They made it to where you couldn't fast travel. They made the enemies at the hardest level. They made it to where you could only save at a bed. They made it to where you had to eat and drink. So there were certain things that they added to the game as kind of like a base set of rules that you had to abide by. So the fast travel, the sleeping, that kind of thing. Unless I've got a base set of rules to go off of, I really have no direction to go with Starfield. There's a lot of stuff I could put in to the game and say it's for survival mode, but is it really? For example, I was looking at a mod that would allow you to call your ship to you instead of you having to go to it. Now that sounds good, especially if you can't fast travel, but you can fast travel. So it didn't really make sense to me It doesn't really make sense to add in a bunch of stuff to the game for survival purposes if I don't need to engage with them. Yeah, I could just not fast travel and say, okay, well, I'm not going to fast travel. I'm going to make that choice to not do it. I'll just call my ship to me instead. I don't like that. I don't like having to do work to play a game, if that makes any sense. I want the rules to be there, and then once the rules are in place, I just want to go ham and have fun when I'm there. I don't have to be like, oh, I can't do this because I'm supposed to be playing a survival game, so I guess I just have to do this instead. It doesn't feel fun to me to do that. Now, if I can actually disable fast travel, or we get that as an actual survival feature, that'd be great. If they actually add in something like oxygen, or needing oxygen, or having to get rid of carbon dioxide, that'd be great. But like I said, there's not necessarily a lack of mods for survival. It's just I don't have a good way to go with them right now, especially with something like Starfield where you have actual space powers. So that's the reason why we don't have a survival series. That's why I started the video off with the 3 survival mods I had been looking at. So that's the reason we did that this week. So that being said, that's going to do it for this week, guys. I'm going to put out some more Destiny 2 content. I've got a lot of Destiny 2 videos made. I just haven't gotten around to put them together. Again, raising the kid. We got the 1-year-old now. It's going to be hard to find time to do it. I do tend to stay up late, but when I'm doing that, I'm typically trying to relax. I mean, I'm staying up late now to record. But when I am up late, I'm either going to be going to the gym here soon, so we just started that up again. Or I'll be doing recording like this, or I'll be doing stuff with my clan in like Destiny 2 or something. And it's not all necessarily, I'll usually record it, but I won't necessarily get around to make a video for it. Part of that is I'm looking for potentially an editor to kind of help with that. So I just kind of give them, hey, here's the content. Put it together. The problem is I can't pay anybody yet. We're not a big channel, so I can't really do much with it, and I got nobody I can really use to edit that stuff in. So either way, hopefully I get big enough at some point, or I can make a few extra bucks to help and get an editor to put those clips together. Again, I do got a lot of them. That just takes so much time. I could, and I probably will just start live streaming more instead. But I do like doing the clips and things because there's a lot of funny moments, and there's a lot of dead space in between. The problem is, unless I write down every funny moment that happens, or, you know, all the good stuff or dialogue, I've got to go back and rewatch everything we did. So if I have a 2, 3, 4 hour play session with the guys, it takes me about 8 hours to go through, watch that, and edit it all down into, you know, 20 minutes of good stuff. So, because I actually got to go back and watch it, and then take all the stuff out and let it reload it. It's a whole mess. But I may just end up just doing a lot more live streaming instead on YouTube and Twitch. I'm also wanted to live stream on a few other platforms too. I'm working on those. Once I get it going, I think I may just end up doing it. Just doing a lot more live streaming. I'll still obviously be doing the mod videos, but like I said, I've got more Destiny stuff coming. I've been doing it more. I think I'm just going to be doing the live streams with Destiny, and that'll probably help a bit on that front. It's just actually, I can't guarantee a schedule for them is the problem. My clan are all adults. Half of us have families and kids. All of us are, you know, in our 30s, 40s, some even 50s. So we got very active careers. We got very active lives. So I can't guarantee any time or any set schedule for a live streaming right now. That's why I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. But I think I'm just going to start going live whenever we are doing stuff. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you all for coming by. If you like what we're doing here on the channel, please subscribe. We have been getting a lot more subscribers lately. We're up to 185. Again, small channel, but every single time I get a subscriber, I tell you what, it lights my entire day. It really does. I went from like 181 to like 185 in like one day, and I was like, holy shit, it's fucking awesome. It's the other day I've got 4 subscribers. That's fucking amazing. And I really do. I mean it. Every time I get a subscriber, it really helps me mentally. If I lose one, it does kind of... Right now, it's kind of like, it sucks. I mean, it is what it is. I know I'm not super consistent, but every single subscriber I get and every bit of support, every comment I get, every like I get, every view I get, I can see them all. And it really does make it feel like it's worth doing, even if we're not a huge channel, even if I never become a huge channel, even if I cap out at like 1,000 people. Every time I see some engagement with the channel, every time I get to make somebody happy with a video, it really does make me feel good. So, thank you all for coming by. Leave a like on the video, and I will see you guys next time.